on the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Not late break, Money Warrior's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it. And Blue on. Front by side to the last corner. Who's going to get the better traction? Rains on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.
Good evening everyone, welcome to 7th Gear Racing. Tonight is Tier 1 back in action, and we have a sprint race in store tonight at Catalonia, Spain for round 7, and one shot qualifying have already started, so we'll quickly go back to the action. By myself tonight, Pete's taking a night off. He needs his sleep, so let's pick a random person to do an on board with as usual. Ogween it is then. Yes, so I say sprint race in store for us tonight. It is second one of the season. Extra points up for grabs. Always a crucial part of the season. And we just see Ogween there. From P16 to P2. Now in original pole position. Kieran doing well in that P2 also. One shot quad does usually bring a mixed up grid, but it's looking like the usual suspects at the minute. It's close in the midfield, but it looks like Ogween has this in the bag. To the line, it's going to be a 1:10.9. Only drive it in the 10s, very good lap from Ogween there to get pole position for the sprint race. Good evening, Mikey. Good evening, Icy. And there's a quick rundown of the order then. Ogween, Kieran, Elite Risk is the top 3. Turner, P4, Thermsy, P5, Pro Sweeler, P6. Medal, 7th Vision Gamer popping up in P8 there in Tier 1. Simba and Zach is the top 10. Crickmit, Dolphin, Zeno, Mash, Babyboy, Paloma, Liam, the other Kieran, Craze Kieran, Aurelian, and making his debut today, starting at the back of the grid for the sprint, is M. Kalidag from Turkey. So we should have no break for the sprint, and it is a wet one. Looks like interweather to me. But something note night tonight, Benster is on holiday, the championship leader. He is on holiday, so there's a chance for Ogween to close that gap and potentially take the lead of the championship. There it is, 20 points is the gap with Ogween on form already tonight. It looks like that'll be the case. Yeah, should be a good race in store tonight. We'll see what the feature race brings us, what weather it's going to be. Mercedes will be looking to They've scored in the top 3 constructors every single round so far until last week, when they only scored 5 points, which was the lowest of anybody. Perfect timing, because nearly lights out. 5 lights, and away we go. And Aurelian has jumped the start, so is Kieran, and so has Carly Dag at the back. You see him jumping through the field. He is indeed into the weather as Elite Risk tries down the inside, tries a little sneak down inside, but Kieran is ahead going into turn 3. There's Elite Risk and Ogween banging wheels throughout them corners, and it's a huge crash at the back there. Baby Boy is out, and that is a safety car, and Zeno was also involved. Fusion Gamer getting collected. That was a huge crash in the background. Baby Boy out of the race. And a safety car already. Given that position back to Ogween, but he's also given a place back to Firmsy, who took his opportunity there. Bit of Elite Risk meant to give position back to Firmsy. There you go, Firmsy is allowing Elite Risk back through. Yep, so just confirming everybody to start on the inters. Yep. Aurelian up, well, say up 7 places. He's got a drive through. A couple of others as well coming in for pit stops, compounding their misery. Kieran, Kaidag and Aurelian all got drive throughs, jumping the start. Back under safety car conditions, then let's quickly do the track preview because I didn't get a chance to do it. Or under safety car conditions. So there we go. As I say, round 7 sprint race tonight. No Kuninch. He is tired. He needs his beauty sleep. So you have me, and you have me tomorrow as well for tier 2. Here we go, and it's 14 turns around here. Obviously without the chicane this time in this year's game. I believe it's 33 laps in the main race, I can't quite remember. Turner was the last winner here. Only 4 times we've visited this track on the whole of 7GR. Quite surprising, really. As for only tier 1, so obviously action zones in the turn 1, obviously with the help of the big DRS straight. It's quite hard to overtake around here with that chicane, but now it's gone. It'll open up some more opportunities. A couple of changes to the track in the last few years. Obviously turn 10, one of them. Just making it a bit wider. So it's still on the safety car condition, so we'll get the track map. Let's see where everyone is. Everyone is now caught up, so it will be in this lap. Highs and lows at Aston. Didn't have a podium last week, and then they had 2. Obviously yourself, Icy, winning in tier 2, and then Christoph on his debut reserving. P3 in Tier 3. So every constructor now has a podium this season. I believe Red Bull have the most, mainly thanks to their Tier 3 dominance. Safety car is in this lap. Yep, 11 podiums for Red Bull this season, 8 of them being in Tier 3. Williams with 10 podiums, just behind. Right then, so here we go again. Kieran is the leader. Safety car has now come in the pits, and there goes Firmsy into the pits. This so you got damage. Either way, we're back underway. Firmsy into the pits. Let's just quickly get this up in case he's going for something ridiculous. I don't think he is. Ogwyn trying to have a look around the outside, then the inside into turn 1. There's Pro Speedler and Turner side by side in the background there, just about see him and through the spray. Or was it Simba? And Firmsy has left. Not sure what's happened there. Maybe he has to go. Not too sure as Pro Speedler and Turner make contact. Turner around, looks like Pro Speedler just stuck it down the inside there. Spun turn around, and Grace Kieran, who's on the mediums, is still very well there. Not sure what he's doing. We'll see a few drivers to do their drive through as well. Maybe that's what he's hoping. Board with Dolphin there as he's under pressure from Paloma for that final sprint point position. Back up top is the front three getting away. Ogwyn leads now from Kieran, and here comes Elite Risk to the outside line, or inside line, sorry, and then takes P2. But Kieran with a better drive up the hill. There's going to be no way around the outside there. And we'll have to concede the position. Simba in P4 of medal up into P5. Zach Saddle also a very good start up to P6. Quick Mitch is a second behind, and then Dolphin, as I mentioned, holding on to that final point position. Liam looking to pass the Ferrari or Zeno here. He's got a 5-second time penalty. What a collision with Baby Boy in the first lap. Potentially going for a move here, but he backs out of it. So it looks like Ogwyn in control at the minute. I wonder if these guys got a wet setup on or a dry setup, depending how the feature race goes. Simba 1.5 seconds behind the front three and falling down by the looks of it. Saying that, he's just gained a tenth through turn 1 and 2 as now Paloma takes that position as Dolphin loses 3 places in the space of 1 corner. Made a mistake somewhere. On goes the 2 Haas drivers are on dry tyres now. Yellow flag, who is that? That is somebody, I don't know who that was. Liam there getting past Zeno, and there we go, that's the Haas of Kieran, who's on the medium tyres for some reason. causing that yellow flag. So yeah, Ogween in control, 2.3 seconds in the lead. From Elite, goes a bit wide there though, on the final corner. And again, these two battle it out down into turn 1, Kieran versus Elite. So Kieran has the inside line, but Elite is ahead. And there we go, crazy Kieran. The other Kieran, tyres in the pit lane. It will join Baby Boy at the back of the grid for the feature race. It has actually stopped raining now, so I don't think it will dry up before the end of the race, but it might spice things up if it does. Simba has closed the gap here after Elite and Kieran battling out a few corners ago. Now he's in the hunt for that sprint podium position as well as medal. Not too far behind is Zach. It's made some progress, and again I think the other house of Rose Sweedler is Hannah Spear. The railings on the soft tyre now as well, just to try something. Back of the grid. He has got to be careful not to cause a safety car, you know. It's all good for the gamble, but there's no point if you're going to crash off. Liam looking for that final point position. Paloma currently holds it. Reserving from tier 2 tonight in place of Benster. Liam getting a much better drive out of that corner. Not the best overtaking opportunity around that corner. Oh, look at them pixels. Haven't seen that one before. Right, battle for P2. Elite Risk has pulled slightly ahead here. What about Kieran getting all out of shape in the final corner? That's going to allow Simba a good run down the straight, catching up by a few tenths. Ogween fully in control here. Back for the battle for the final point. Paloma is holding on. Got a couple more laps to go. Track's still very much wet for them soft runners at the back, even though they're almost a lap down. Yeah, Kieran now under pressure from Simba. Can he get a nice slipstream down the straight here? He's burning that battery. Go for the move into turn 1. Kieran's going to go a bit defensive. Simba with the inside line is going to take that. Kieran's going to attempt to switch back up the hill though. But it's not going to work. And Simba up to P3 in the sprint race. And Kieran out of battery. Going to struggle to get his position back, but saying that, Simba's gone deep. Kieran had a little look, and another look down the inside is a bit ambitious. I don't think Simba will be appreciating that. Either way, he got the move done. Whether that was in the rules or not, we'll have to watch a replay of that one. But Simba will get another chance, I'm sure. He's got the higher battery. And we'll have a slipstream down into turn 1. Paloma still holding off. Liam Firmsy rejoins us. Not sure where he had to go, but he had to go somewhere. There we go, final lap. Ogween looks to have this in the bag, but Simba, there we go again. Kieran going much more defensive this time round. And I think Simba's going to dive down the inside. Let's get a good camera angle. Kieran for the switch back. Simba giving him no respect. Getting his elbows out as Kieran did in the previous lap, and now Zach going to try and take an opportunity medal, so slip through up to P4. Ogween looking good for the win. He's come through the final few corners. Elite Risk comfortable P2. It's been a decent battle for the podium position. Simba medal. Kieran, Zach Krigmit and Liam did get past Paloma on the final lap to take that final point. If he managed to hold on, he got a bit wide. Paloma getting out of shape just behind. Ogween wins sprint race then. Elite Risk P2. Simba will get the podium. Ahead of medal. Kieran, Zach Krigmit and Liam is going to hold on for that final point position. Firmsy's AI. So it was AI the whole time. He just left the session. But he's still there. Waiting for Firmsy to finish, and then we'll get on with the feature race. There we go. Okay, got to invite Firmsy to the session. Right, and there is, well, we'll go through the top 8. Ogween scoring maximum points in the sprint. Elite Risk, Simba, that's top 3 there. Medal picking up 5 points. Kieran, Zach Krigmit and Liam picking up that final point position. There's the rest of the grid. Babe Boy and the 2 Hasses will be at the back of the grid. And it is going to be a dry feature race. So let's remind ourselves of the standings then. We're going to go at 9 o'clock. If it works. Yeah, for some reason it's not going to work. But anyway, Bent's in the lead by 20 points. Obviously not racing tonight. From Ogween. That lead is now down to 12 points after that sprint race. Williams lead the combined constructors. 317 points. And Red Bull, followed by Red Bull, 287. Followed closely by Alfa Romeo, 282 points. It is the top three. As we have 1 more minute to go. Here we go, someone should have read it up. And we're going to be racing very shortly. There we go, and bright sunshine in Spain. It is 5 red lights, and he jump starts this time round, and away we go. It's a fairly even start from the front two, but a rocket start by Simba. Here he comes, got the slipstream going into turn 1. He's going to try the outside line, try around the outside of Ogween, and he gets the move done. There's a bit of contact, and Ogween going to be run out wide. Elite Wrestler going to take full advantage into Lee Kieran. Taking advantage as well, he's up to P3 and Ogween down to P4 after that slight bit of contact between himself and Simba. But a rocket start, he's up to P2, but Kieran on them medium tyres, more grip round the outside, and this time Simba gets out of the way, and he's now down to P4 as Ogween back up to P3. Medal P5, Zach, Crickmit, Paloma, Liam and Dolphin is the top 10, and we have another VSC off the start, and it is Aurelian this time losing his wing, I was going to say, but it's not him. Ah, it's a full course safety car. It's Zeno with no wing. Safety car just likes coming out of Spain. Ogween coming in, does he have damage? May have saved his race. If he did, he does. He's got a wing change coming. Mr. Ogween, second in the championship, will have to pick his way through the field now. Turner also in the pits. Aurelian and Zeno. So Elite Risk is the leader in. There is the tyre strategy, Firmsy on the softs. And then a pretty mixed bag through the field. Not too many position changes other than Firmsy on those soft tyres. And then obviously the pit stops. Oh, Kieran. Did he get damage from that? We shall see. Elite Risk had to slow down. So the car pretty much stopped on track almost around that corner. He's continuing by the looks of things. As Liam comes into the pits. One thing to note about the track, I don't know if it got fixed in the patches. The pit lane entry is a little bump going into the pits. It can catch you out, send you into the wall. And so both Williams now. Back of the pack, looks like Liam's just gone for strategy though. Maybe going for the double mediums now, unless it was a mistake. Not fixing his wing. Can't see any visual damage. Evening Dylan, evening Mikey again. Well, let's hope Haas have a good week this week. You know, Pro Swede is very quick, but he's also a very aggressive driver, and a lot of times he ruins his own races. And the other Kieran, haven't seen enough of him yet to have a full judgment on him. M. Kaldag is up to 11th on his debut. Safety car is coming in. Looks like Elite Risk has gone. And we are back underway. Lap 4 of 33. Kieran opted not to go for the slipstream down into turn 1, but Zach is gonna try and move, but thinks better of it. But Firmsy on those soft tyres still, trying round the outside of Fusion Gamer here, try and get a good angle. And Firmsy now up to P9. And there is Kaldag on his debut, trying to make a move. Fusion Gamer also, and where is he? There he is, still side by side. With Pro Swedler now getting involved. Ogween making his way back through the field. He's past Baby Boy, up to P13 already. Pro Swedler, here we go. Side by side up the hill, and they're still side by side. Fusion Gamer. A little bit of contact, but nothing major. Pro Swedler got the inside line, some nice racing between these two, and here comes Kaldag trying to go around the outside. Ogween slicing through the field. Now at the P12, and Fusion Gamer next in line. Look at the speed he carries. And now burns that ERS, but Fusion Gamer got the slightly well, I say slightly better downforce, but was just getting the slipstream up ahead, and Ogween comfortably makes that move up to P11 in the end. All the action here is at the back. First battle for P11 at the minute. Boy getting a bit off track. Last season's win around here up is P15. Let's have a quick check on the leader, which is now Kieran, who got past Elite Risk and all that chaos in the midfield. Simba holding on to the back. Much all very close. It's firmly down the inside of Paloma there. On those soft tyres, still working. Let's see what his strategy is later on in the race. Here comes Ogween again. He's going to get a nice slipstream on the Hassel Pro Swedler. Sets the fastest lap. Charge back to the front. Look at the difference. As soon as you pull out a slipstream, there's just no speeds equal. There's a bit of contact, a little bit of bump on wheels. Ogween did well to avoid the second stage of that, as he now dives down the inside. Pro Swedler again not giving him an awful lot of room and loses the position. And Ogween into the points once more. Dolphin is next target. These are two tier 2 drivers, P8 and 9. Getting some practice in tomorrow, doing very well in tier 1 so far up in the points. Krigmit losing a place to Firmsy there. And Paloma trying to find a gap somewhere. She's right on the tail of Krigmit here. Krigmit with the DRS, but Paloma the lower wings, it seems. Krigmit trying to go defensive, but Paloma's got the inside line now. And I'll say take that position, but Krigmit's still there on the inside. As we now go 3 wide into the swooping right-hander. Dolphin gets ahead of Krigmit as well. So for two tier 2 drivers, showing Krigmit how it's done there, bullying down into P10 now as Ogween tries round the outside. Just about gets the move done as he gets a bit out of shape on the exit turner. First of the drivers to get a time penalty. Very Swedler next in line. Dolphin gets past Paloma, and now Ogween again just slicing his way through the field here. Tries a nice switch back on Paloma, doesn't get it done. A quick check on the leaders. It is Kieran still out in front, but here comes Elite Risk. Much closer this time round, and is going to take the lead back comfortably from Kieran. And Simba and Kieran come together twice in the sprint. There's going to be no respect between these two when the opportunity arises. And Dolphin has spun off by looks at turn 2. It's a shame because he was running well in the points. Looks like back at the front. Looks like Kieran just attempted a move. He's on the medium tyres. Let's remind ourselves of the tyres. He's still on the soft tyres. Kieran medal on the mediums. Ogween does get past Paloma and out to P7. As well as Pro Swedler. And Krigmit has fallen down the field here. He's got a problem. Yeah, he's got damage to his right end plate. And he's caught Aurelian and he's out of session. That's going to be another safety guy, yeah. possibly just understeered into Aurelian trying to make a move around the outside. But Aurelian out the session. Second safety car of the night. Good news for Fernsley though, because he'll be able to pit now from those soft tyres, and it's a bit of a predicament for the hard tyres now. The medium runners you would have thought will go onto hard tyres to the end now, but the hard runners are a bit stuck. So is Alikmus going to come in? He is. He's going to gamble on the mediums. Everyone comes in. Let's see if anyone gets caught out by the bump, if it's still there. See everybody taking the tight line into there, avoiding it. So a few gamers staying out here. Not sure why. Kieran onto the softs. Almost the whole entire field is pitted now. Sure, Dolphin will come in. No, he's not. He's staying out. So top three. Stayed out. Fusion Game, Carly Dag, and Zeno. Not too sure why they've stayed out, but it's their decision, of course. And it might just cause a little bit of chaos with the fast drivers behind, like Elite, Kieran, Simba, all waiting. They'll all be battling, especially Kieran on them softs. The front three are going to be braking a lot earlier, less grip. Five's got to be very smart about it all. Dolphin back up to P12, sorry, on 9-lap-old tyres. Again, not sure why he hasn't pit to go on to the hards. And there he goes into the pits. Maybe just for them one extra lap fresh tyres. Fusion Gamer leads a tier 1 race underneath the safety car. It just feels like there's going to be carnage. Safety car will be in this lap, you would imagine. There it is. So how quickly can the likes of Elite, Kieran, Simba and everyone behind him navigate the front three? Because these guys are going to be very slow compared to the cars behind. Again, not too sure what their plan is. Can maybe understand the hard runners, but Fusion Game on the mediums gets us underway then. Back underway, and Elite Risk will be looking to get past these cars as soon as possible. Kieran around the outside, can't see what's going on, and there's already a spinner. Zeno is round. Try and get a good angle. Kieran still is P4. He's on these fresh, soft tyres, obviously. No proper qualifying session, so the fresh tyres will be there, and there we go. This is the carnage we were talking about. Elite Risk swooping round the outside and just catching the AlphaTauri. Kieran getting caught up, and these two, Simba and Kieran again, making contact. As Elite Risk now takes the lead of the race, and he's got a nice gap now between himself and Simba and Kieran, stuck behind these slow cars. Look how slow Kaidag is. Oh, it's carnage. And I think Kieran's going to retire in the pit lane, I think. Kieran tries to go around down the inside, Simba round the outside. Kaidag stuck in the middle on slow tyres. But at the end of the day, if you're going to stay out on these old tyres against brand new fresh set of mediums and softs, you're an absolute sitting duck. And especially if the guys behind you are like a half a second quicker a lap, then unfortunately that is what is going to happen if you try and battle it. There goes Simba. Is through. Now it's Zach's turn to try and get past Fusion Gamer. Also firms around the outside, does a lovely move, past them both. Look at Fusion dropping through the field, and it's going to be a similar situation there, getting caught dead in the middle of the track. Ogween Turner. Ogween does manage to get through safely. As Fusion Gamer now down to P8. That's what I mean. I don't know why he stayed out. By the time he pits, he's going to be back of the grid by a mile, where he could have been on the hard tyres in about P13 or whatever. And decent chance of points potentially. Yeah, he's just dropping through the field, and it's a moving traffic jam right now. Everybody trying to get through. Everybody trying to just take advantage of other cars having to slow down. Oh, and who's that having a little drift? Was that Turner? Trying to move down the inside of Baby Boy. Gets it done just about. As Paloma's still stuck behind Fusion Gamer, but not anymore. Gets past, and Turner trying around the outside as well. Fusion Gamer will be very careful not to understeer here. Now the Aston Martin, Baby Boy getting a bit impatient. Hassan in the background there, off in the gravel. And we're getting a nice slipstream down in the turn 1. He's up to P11 now. And Fusion Gamer down to P12 as he's dropping like a fly. Another position loss. Ian trying round the outside of Babe Boy. Doesn't quite get it done. there's been a crash in the back. Mash is off. But Elite Risk managed to get a 3-second gap after all that restart chaos. Simba up to P2 and Zach finds himself on the podium again. He's holding off Thermsy. Pro Swedler P5, but Ogween is the one to watch it. Comfortable winner in the sprint. He's going to the end on these hard tyres. Let's remind ourselves again. Yeah. Pro Swedler also be going to the end definitely. I'm sure the front four will try their best to get to the end, but I think it's going to be a bit of a task. I feel like they need another safety car to make that work, which is a high possibility. It's a lovely move by Ogween, but Pro Swedler down the inside. He's got to be careful not to crash into Thermsy. Just about avoids contact, and now we go side by side. It's not a place you want to go side by side, and Ogween saw that coming a mile off and he just slowed right down and very smartly just put on his brakes. Very good racecraft there from Ogween. Good anticipation. Battle for the points. Liam holding on. Well, I say he's holding on. Medal is just over a second behind. He's now under pressure from Crickman, who has the DRS firms. He gets ahead. Zach going into the podium places up ahead. And now Crickman up to P11 with the help of DRS. And Liam and Paloma battling out once again as they were in the sprint. Liam down the inside. There he goes. Bit of a weird animation or lag. Still side by side. Paloma just about there. But Liam with the better traction around the outside. He's up to P9. Good racing there from those two. So Elite Risk managing that gap well. 3.5 seconds is the gap still. Thermsy looking to get past Simba here with the help of DRS. Doesn't look like he's close enough this time round. No moves in that DRS train. What about Baby Boy Kenny? Hold on to P8 down the straight here. Liam does back out of that move. Probably could have gone for it, but he knows. He's seen that light flash and he can get him on the next time. On the next straight. Medal down in P13. He's had some sort of collision, you feel, because he was running. He finished P3 in the sprint, or P4, sorry. Fusion Gamer still on these medium tyres, the only driver on the grid not to stop. I am guessing he is going on to the SOS. But also showing the other drivers how long these mediums can last, potentially for the top 4. Top 3 now, because Ogween is past Zach. Let's go back to the front then. Pro Swedler burning that battery up to P5, and also up ahead you can see Thermsy taking P2 from Simba. It's been a decent performance so far from Thermsy. He had the lead in the sprint from P4 underneath the safety car. Would have scored a bit more points. But he did get a podium here last time, 3rd place last season. Small DRS zone there. There are a few battles on track, obviously the top 6 battling out for P2. Elite Risk is pulling ahead and mashes out the session. This is the safety car, and there we go. 3rd one of the night. And he's kind of ruined his teammates' race because Elite Risk is going to come out behind the safety car, and everybody else behind him has pit, and it has absolutely destroyed Elite Risk's race. Paloma also opting to stay out. So everybody into the pits apart from Paloma and Elite. And the soft tyres go on. Oh, Dolphin also opted to stay out. He's in P8 at the minute. Firmsy made a mistake here. He obviously didn't have enough time to switch his tyres potentially, because it was right on going past the pit lane. And Firmsy on the fresh set of hard tyres instead of the softs. Either way, Elite Risk comfortable, or potentially comfortable win with a 4-second gap. And his race has been absolutely destroyed by the safety car. Will he come in anyway? I think he has to, yeah. And he will be dropping down the order, but at least he will have a good shot at some points. But it now hands the lead over to Paloma. But again, you've got to say Ogween is the favourite now. Fresh set of softs. Firmsy on the hard tyres, and he's only got to pass Simba really to get the win. The Dolphin also comes to pits. Elite Risk is going to come out just ahead of Zeno in P12, so still a good chance of a few points, but he's not going to be too happy with his teammate tonight causing that safety car. Safety car in this lap. Hopefully that is the last one. So Paloma leads us on these old hard tyres, Firmsy on fresh hard tyres. He's going to be a sitting duck also. But he is going to take the lead of the race. How long? Probably not very long, as Simba is trying to move down it right between the middle of them, and outbreaks Firmsy comfortably into the turn 1 and 2. And there we go, Simba. Now Simba's turn to try and build a gap, but you can see Ogween trying to take full advantage, just trying to follow him through. And he's done so successfully. There's two hard runners and now creating a huge roadblock for Pro Sweedler. There's Paloma there, gets sandwiched. Pro Sweedler drives down the inside again. He likes to dive down that inside. There's a little bit of bump from Fermsey and into the wall. And another VSC, and I don't know whose fault that was. There was a contact going into the corner and up the hill. Again, kills the race. There has been some good racing, but there's also been a few silly moves. And this is just a VSC this time, not a full safety car. But that's what I was saying earlier about Pro Sweedler. I don't think he's at fault for his DNF, but he gets himself in that situation by going for a move down a corner that's very low possibility of actually working. Like this corner here is it's just not a good move. Either way, we are back underway. Fermsey round the outside of Paloma, trying to hold on to some sort of points, but I don't think this is going to happen. DRS is enabled, and Paloma, Zach not getting much room at all. He's shoved off track, and he's going to lose all momentum, and down to P8. And again, another roadblock. Car staying out. Turner down the inside now. It's good for Mercedes. 1 and 4 at the minute. Turner does have a 3-second time penalty. Liam making a move now as Paloma dropping down the field. Elite Risk in the background there. Paloma make contact with Baby Boy. And already we're back here at this corner. And there goes Paloma. And now Zeno's out of session, and please tell me there's not going to be another safety car. No, thank God. Two Ferraris there, maybe coming together. So we lose Zeno now. Quick Mick got damaged, and Paloma's spinning around. And it's been a bit of a messy one. Looks like it's Ogween versus Simba for the race win. Then there's another yellow flag. This time Fusion Gamer off from the back. Fermsey holding on to this podium place currently. Whether he'll stay in the podium places after that incident with Pro Sweedler, we'll have to see. On board with Ogween. Plenty of time to get this move done. Sets the fastest lap in the process, and he's going to take the lead of the race once again. Simba trying to go for the switch back, but can't quite make it work. Turner does get past Fernsey for the on-track podium place. Yeah, Fernsey is doing a good job considering he is on the hard tyres there against everyone on the sauce, which will be going off soon. Let's see if Simba can retake the lead here. Doesn't look like he's close enough. He does have the DRS though. Closing in quickly. Not going to be close enough though, unless he tries an ambitious move. Stays behind and firms. He retakes that podium place. From Turner. Liam making good progress up to P5. Baby Boy is P6. Elite Risk is just stuck at the back of this little train. See how close Simba is this time. Again, about similar from last lap. Yeah, Ogween just has the edge over him at the minute. But the battle for the podium places, it could be anyone's. Obviously Turner will be dropping down the field. Be looking at a P9 potentially for Turner. So sound is gone, we'll try and get rid of that. But yeah, we're just stuck in a DRS train to the end of the race now. I think the only move that's going to happen is Turner on Fernsey, but Turner is dropping back a bit. But Simba is closing in here for the race lead on lap 29 and he backs out of it. You can see he hasn't got too much battery left. Ogween still has half a tank. So looking like Ogween's to lose here. It's Baby Boy getting out of shape there. He lost a place to Elite Risk. And M. Carly will retire in the pits on his debut. The Simba still has a chance here, but it is looking unlikely. If he can get ahead of Ogween, there's a chance, but if Ogween has more battery, he knows what he's doing. The flag and the hats of Crazy Kieran has now gone off. Who that was randomly appeared in the middle of the track. But Simba going for the move down the inside for the race lead on lap 30. Ogween lets them have it. The sound is absolutely horrendous. Firmsy still holding on to that podium place somehow, but these soft tyres will be very much worn by now. At least we have a battle for the lead here. Simba is making Ogween work for it. So I'm sure he's not going to have to work too hard. Look at that battery level, he's on about 70%. Should be able to breeze past as Kieran goes off again. And here he comes. He's not even going to turn the DRS on. He's going to play a game with him. He's going to wait till the end, and there's Simba's light flashing, make him burn that DRS. And on the next attempt, I reckon he'll just be blasting away. But the battle for the podium still rages on. Firmly hold on just about, but Turner 3-second time penalty as mentioned will be dropping through the field. Elite Risk and Liam will look to take advantage of any scraps as Turner is actually out of ERS here. Elite Risk about 30%. May go for it this lap. Turner makes a mistake actually. So has he lost the DRS to Firmsy potentially? That's still within a second. Let's go back to the race lead this time. There it goes. Ogween is going to use all his battery now. Retakes the lead. And Elite Risk did go for that move, but he's straight a little bit late. Just about avoids contact with Firmsy. And Elite Risk here, good chance of regaining that podium. And is Ogween now burning that ERS. He has built a bit. Still half a tank to play with. As we head into the final lap, the very messy race, stop-start with the safety cars, but there has been some decent racing as Elite Risk does take the podium place, but has Firmsy done that tactically so he can get the DRS. Either way, Simba does not have DRS, so Ogween burning that battery. Now Elite Risk has to defend from Firmsy. And Firmsy is going to retake that position. Bit of DRS chicken. Babyboy pass medal for P7. Can Firmsy hold on for this podium place? It would be a good race if he has. Thought he'd be a sitting duck on those hard tyres. But he's just about managed to make it work. Ogween shows true pace now, 2 seconds almost in the lead. Feel this could be the last chance for Elite Risk. Oh, he's outbraked himself, and is it going to allow Liam to pick up the pieces? Not close enough, but Babyboy is round, or made a mistake. Down a couple of places, but Ogween is going to win the feature race and the sprint race. Firmsy is going to hold on for P3, but there is going to be a Stewards inquiry with his collision with Pro Swedenlap. Dolphin manages to pick up a point for Red Bull. Paloma across the line in P11. Lagging all over the place. Yes, you can give us spins one more time. And he's beached himself in the process. On stream as well. There we go. So there we go, there is the full points scored this weekend. Ogween taking the lead of the championship with Benster being away on holiday. Let's run through the grid order. Ogween obviously takes victory over Simba. Firmsy holds on for the podium. Elite Risk P4, Liam in P5, Turner dropped down to P6. Sack P7, Medal P8, Baby Boy in 9th, starting from the back of the grid, and Dolphin reserving from Tier 2, picks up a point for Red Bull. Paloma, Quickmit, Fusion Gamer, Craze Kieran in P14, Kaidag is a DNF, Zeno, Swedler, Mash Kieran, and Aurelian also DNFing from the race. But yeah, thank you for watching. For those that did, we'll be back tomorrow evening. I'll be back again for Tier 2. And then on Thursday, Tier 3 will be action at the same track. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Good night.
The battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Not a late break, Money Warriors not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it. Go on. Side by side in the last corner, who's going to get the better traction, race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.